Hello. That was way more awkward than I thought it would be. This is quick looks at sick indies. I feel like a lot of indie games are really cool and also sort of it's one of those types of things where if you watch somebody play it, you kind of lose out on what makes the game special. So I wanted to kind of make a series where I could show off indie games in a way that wouldn't spoil what they're about, but would spoil enough to where you might feel inclined to go sit down and play it yourself. So I didn't think about how I was going to transition away from intro music. So it's just going to be a hard cut, and I do apologize about that. This is Egg Squeeze. It's kind of as advertised what it says on the tin, or carton, should say. Let's just dive into it, right? Well, first of all, it's $3.99 on Steam. So I like to let you know the price beforehand so that you kind of have good expectations set. This isn't going to be a 30-hour epic. It's a real quick in and out, but it's a cool game. So you first. Go ahead. I'll follow right behind you. I like this little goofy guy. It's our first day. That is very exciting. So in the game, lore-wise, I'll tell you, since the camera's blocking a little bit of the text, we've been chosen as a volunteer for the Egg Squeeze exam, a test that evaluates your psychokinetic intuition of biological makeup. Each test, you get to squeeze an egg for a short period of time. The objective is to estimate the egg's unique breaking point and release before it cracks. And you will be graded relatively to your egg synergy. You must synergize with the eggs. And if none of that makes sense, it will very shortly. So this is it. You hold click to squeeze the egg. And you let go to stop squeezing. And now you see here 6.64 seconds to break the egg. So the closer you get to the egg breaking, the more points you get. We got 52 synergy there out of 30,000. Isn't that neat? But you know, we got to move on to our next egg, and let's see if we can try to get a little bit closer, you know. So that one had a time of 3.5 seconds. So yes, you are seeing that correctly. Each of the eggs has a different breaking point. So you might wonder, how do you know? And that's kind of the thing, you don't. So the thing that I think is really cool about the game, or the thing that like really spikes out your anxiety, is the music is always different, and it's all like different BPMs and different energies. So it's incredibly hard to tell exactly how long has passed. But hey, you know what? That's a 1 streak, a pretty decent amount of synergy. Let's see how close we can get to one. That's a pretty solid squeeze, and that's my least favorite song too. That one makes me so nervous. Well, that one sucks too. So that was definitely the best one we've had so far, and that almost puts us at our goal. Okay, cool. Yep, and that's it, right? You got a day 2. And I'm not going to show you any more of it than that. That's it. That's all you get of Egg Squeeze, right? Because that, as you're familiar, you've played a video game, I assume, right? Just you can be candid with me. You've played a video game, right? Okay, cool. This is all kind of the tutorial thing. There are other elements that come into play, but it's hard to call them game mechanics. It's just if you like the idea of just playing a game that's mindless, or you like that like if you are the type of person that plays video games for that sense of pressure of like really nailing a very tight window, this would be a cool game. If you think you can just pass the vibe test, if you look at it and you're just like, dude, I don't think I'd break a single egg, it's $3.99. It's a really cool game, so you should definitely check it out. It'll be linked in the description below the video. I haven't figured out how to make the description be above the video yet. I think that would be a unique twist, but at the moment it'll be down below. Next up, as you can see, is Qualia. Qualia, maybe. I can see it's not really making much noise in the. There we go. This game is, so first of all, this game is literally free. It's pretty short, but also it's literally free. So if at any point you think this looks cool, or like you hear me say the premise and you're just like, oh, that sounds cool, just don't, like, just skip ahead to the other parts. Just go play it. It's could not be cheaper unless they paid you to play it. There are no answers, only choices. Stanislaw Lem is probably how you say that. Qualia is a short narrative game about thinking and robots. You should be able to complete one of 6 endings in 5 to 10 minutes unless you spend additional time contemplating how your choices may reflect your individual opinions on the implications of semantics, philosophy of language and mind, theories of consciousness, and computationalism. This is a game for humans. Please select all images with a cat to begin. That was the one. Welcome to the Amplified Manipulation Turing Study. We greatly appreciate your participation in our research. Our team is dedicated to developing and deploying the most intelligent artificial algorithms in the machine learning field, but we like to call them our friends. This just reads out, if I remember correctly, this just reads out all of the things on this page. We brought you in a volunteer participant in our newest adapted study. You may be familiar with the Chinese room as well as the Turing test, which, hey, look, if you don't know about them, you can read about them right here. So at the very least, some cool educational content here. But where were we? Okay. You have been anonymously selected to play the role of an evaluator. You will be tasked with providing a predetermined question to 2 other anonymous participants. You will then note their responses to each question based on how human or artificial you deem them to be to the best of your ability. So, 2 people, or a person and a robot, or any sort of combinations of humans and robots that can be had within 2 people, were given a test, and their answers are given to you anonymously. So you see the question and the 2 answers, and you have to designate if you think one is human or one is robot. And as you could tell from the earlier part, the game has 6 endings. So it might initially seem like one of those things. It's like a puzzle, like it's got a right or a wrong answer, but it's more so a narrative game that allows you to, it sort of throws you thinking points in terms of AI and even just like human communication, which is really cool stuff to be thinking about nowadays. So look, we'll just go ahead and begin because I've explained what all it is. We're gonna do like 1 or 2 questions, and then I'm gonna stop because again, this is quick looks at sick endies. You have to go play them yourself if you want to see more. I can't. I'm not your father or your mother. I can't be the game for you. To the best of your memory, what is or was the color of your mother's eyes? I've never met my mother. Blue. So, you kind of see what I'm talking about, right? You immediately just start thinking because both of these answers could go either way. It's very realistic for somebody to have never met their mother. Shit happens. It's very sad. And imagine adding to that tragedy by just being like, okay, fucking robot. You didn't meet your 0. What about your 1? But then like blue, like a computer could just lie. Like it is like, we don't know how the computer's programmed. So, I personally am just going to pop that because it doesn't really matter. for me right now. But you need to be thinking about this for when you play. What month of the year has 28 days? February or all of them? Do you see what I mean? And normally when you take a test like this, right? Like, I don't know if people even still do tests like these nowadays, but like back in like the Facebook era, etc. These sort of quizzes and stuff would go around all the time, like logic quizzes, and you would get to the end and just be like, okay, like I see where you got your answer from, but like also my answer is correct. You don't really run into that issue here because it's a narrative game. You are allowed to think about these talking points, and whatever you apply, like whatever logic you're applying to these talking points is reflected in the story. Like if you think they both sound human, there's a story that goes along with that and every combination down the line. So again, really cool game, Qualia. You should definitely check it out because if I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's free. Not even free 99. It's literally just free. So you just gotta play it. We have Wordro. So a little bit about me. I'm a big fan of roguelites, and I also like daily games, even though I don't really play them anymore. I got Wordro on my phone. So basically this game is a summation of everything I like to do on my phone, and maybe you will as well. So let's take a look. I am going to run a classic game, just an absolutely classic game of easy, right? And let's go. So for those of you, when I say daily games, I mean things like Connections, New York Times, Wordle, those sort of things. Just a little brain teaser, a little tickler to get you going in the morning, right? And Balatro, although I don't think I'm saying that right. I think it's Balatro, but I said it wrong for so long. The game is it's a poker-based roguelite where you use your deck of cards to try and overcome point obstacles, and you use joker cards to buff your deck. You can buff the cards itself, you can buff the hands itself. So it's about using your one resource and shaping and molding it to fit the plan that you want to move forward with. And this game is a beautiful blend of both. So let's take a look. So as you can see, we have our thing up here, and we have points, mult, and score. So I guess I'll just play a word to show you what we're working with. And I think stone is a good word. It's 5 letters. You'll see, so this here is mult, right? So every time one of these tiles triggers, it's going to add to our multiplier. And every time it plays, so all of these are 1-point letters, which kind of sucks. So this will be 5 points with 5 mult. So 5 times 5, that's 25. And we'll also get an improved letter. So let's go ahead and just send that. Okay. Nice. So the underline. Well, if you'll excuse me for just one moment. You'll have to excuse me. We had a big freeze. So I'll just pick up where I did after moving the camera. Underline improved. So when a letter is underlined, we get times 1.5 mult. So we want to end a word with D, right? Because, like, let's say we did add, right? That would be 1 point, 1 point. So we basically just get another times 1 on top of it. We don't want that. That would be a waste. That would be a waste of this resource that we've got. I think we could do. I thought we had tamed, but we don't. Let's see. Is it? Gat damn isn't a word apparently. You hate to see it. That would have been big money. I'll tell you what we need to do. You see this little slot over here. I don't really see myself using those U's. And I think we have Tamed. Seems like it's going to be, it'll get us across the finish line. I think we toss an A. We have so many A's. We get a reroll. That's not really what we, I guess, actually, check this out. It's not at the end of the word, but we do get a pretty sizable, a sizable spike, and that Y, 4 points, is going to be huge. Let's ship it. Oh yeah, big money. Okay. After you finish your round, you get a shop, huh? That's pretty cool. If there's only one letter in the reroll, the rerolled letter will be improved. So that's pretty nice, actually. I mean, it's really dependent, because I find usually with rerolls, either you want to ship a bunch at the same time, or you don't. Like you just you either like want to discard multiple things at once, or you don't want to discard. So that's a little tough for me to swallow. +1 mults when a vowel is triggered. There's going to be vowels in every word, so that's actually pretty good. Each improved letter placed in the reroll increases this bonus by +2 and +4 by a special. Ooh. That right there is what we call scaling molt. And when you're trying to go for the long haul, it's pretty fucking good. But we don't have an engine to create these greens yet. So if we had an engine to create the greens or the yellows, I think I'd be more likely to grab that. But so this trigger letter and its tile one more times. So, okay, if we get a word that has multiple E's, it will re-trigger the E's. Oh. We could do that and just ship it. That's probably a lot of points, because that H is worth 4. We're going to get the vowel bonuses on both of those 3s, and we get the re-triggers on the 3s. That wasn't as big as I thought it would be. We double up on the E's again, though. So what can we do? Oh, another cool thing. You don't have to click on the letters. You can just type as well. Let's see. Dude, so I'm actually close to a banger. So I think I want to cash in on these A's. And I'll keep hex as a little pocket. Well, I do have more rerolls. Oh, I can right click on it. Cool. I'm not using the X. I just gotta reconcile that, and we ship it. Absolutely. That's big money. And as I'm sure you see up here, we have our energies and our rerolls. So whenever you beat around, you get more energy. Your energy is essentially how many words you can play. Let's see. It's our scaling molt. Oh, bonus increases by 2 if the word is the same length as the previous one. That's actually seems really, really, really good. And I'm going to take that. Well, not as if it matters anyway, because, yeah, you guessed it. I feel like if you're interested by now, you're just full sale interested. So go play Wordro. Guess what? The game's not out yet. It's a free demo. So once again, you have to pay no money to play. Go give the game a whirl, man. It's really fun. And again, $0, 0 cents on Steam. Play the demo. Okay, this is our last game for the afternoon or night or morning, whenever you're watching this, I don't know. And it is by far the one that fits the prompt the most. This is Proximate, and I'm not going to show you very much of this game at all. It's $5.99 on Steam, but let me explain it to you, and if you're interested in it, You'll understand when I get to the end of my explanation why I can't show you very much. So let me just get into it. This is pretty much the whole game. The premise is that you have on this, I'll call it a VR headset so that you have an image that pops into your head, but it blocks your vision. You can't see anything because it uses sonar or echolocation to map out the room around you. We're in a 3D space. We're in a 3D room right now. But because we have on this headset, whenever we're looking around, we just see this. And you can hear us kind of clunking around, and you can see that, we're facing the console. It's about 89.9% in front of us. It's about 0.12 meters away. And we're facing slightly southwest. So, wow, you can look into the computer. As you see here, there's lots and lots of text documents that we have found. I wonder what they are. I had to make sure this wasn't a spoiler or anything. This is actually the one I wanted to show you. So, Neuris investigation. On May 3rd, contact was ceased with Neuris Labs, an issuing entity of Atwood and Davis. Bearing legal right to the issuing entity's IP, the contractor has been engaged by Atwood and Davis to recover the group's investments. Additionally, contractor will assist in beta testing of a current investment project, the Sona Visor. Instructions included in the package. Your duties will involve retrievement of IP in the form of research documents, proper management of the issued equipment, and adherence to the group's security protocols. The group's duties will include financing of the contractor's medical procedure and providing the contractor with competitive experience in the accelerating field of AI technologies. So, at the core of it, bare bones, your job is very simple. You open up your map, you find the room that it tells you to go to, and you just go there. That's all you got to do. That's easy enough, right? That shouldn't be too hard. So, you turn around until you find the airlock. Well, I already have the airlock open. So, we just walk into reception. Ooh. And then, when you're in reception, well, I don't think I went far enough. Okay, now I'm in reception. Yeah, look, there's some ketchup, there's a woman, door, some minced beef. It's kind of weird to be in the reception of the building, but I'm sure once you get in and put on your best pair of 3D surround sound audio headphones and give the game a whirl, I'm sure you'll figure out what's going on. It's super unsettling. The idea that you have so much information in front of you, but you can't see. Like, the audio work in this game is fantastic. It's fairly short. I don't remember exactly how long. And pretty cheap. I mean, I think it's the most expensive one I've talked about today, but 6 bones, you couldn't eat at McDonald's for that anymore. So that's pretty sick, man. One of the more creative and definitely one of the more unsettling indie horrors I've played this year. So I highly recommend. But again, I can't show it to you because, do you understand? Do you get why showing you or walking you through any more of the game would be a spoiler? I hope so, because I genuinely, that's been the whole point of this. Now look, I get it. I understand. Some of you are probably a little frustrated because you feel like I didn't really show you anything about the game. If you feel frustrated because you want to learn more about it, that's kind of the point of these. I want you to see those clips and then go, you know what, that's $3 interesting, or that's $4 interesting. There's so many cool games with really cool ideas that I feel like would lose out on a sale. Like, it would be very easy for me to pop out an egg squeeze video and get that part of my brain out into the ether, but anybody that watches it, however few people that may be, sort of gets robbed of the egg squeeze experience themselves. And the same thing goes for Qualia, and especially like horror or like very narrative heavy games. They kind of suffer a lot in the YouTube space unless you can find a way to present them like this. And this seems a little bit more up my alley than like a video essay. I'm sure I'll get around to those at some point. I'm a white dude with glasses, so and brown hair. Like, it'll happen eventually. But I don't know, I kind of like the vibe of just like sitting down next to a friend of yours and having them show you a game. So I hope you liked it as well, because I'm definitely gonna do it more. I don't know, man. I just love indie games. But I also do have good news, because guess what? Not every indie game falls into this category. And I don't even know. Sometimes I might play a game, start playing it, and not even realize it's that kind of game until the end. So just in case, you should probably also follow me on Twitch, because that's where I play a lot of games like this. These ones I played before I started streaming, so it's a little difficult to, like, I don't want to play the pretend game that, like, I haven't played them before. But, you know, live streaming's not for everybody. That's chill. I totally get that. That's why I did this, so that you can see it. So if you want to see more of it, you can go downstairs to the comment section and tell me about more of it. If one of these games looks like a game that you think I would like, tell me about it. And if I've already played it, maybe I'll tell you that I like that game a lot and that it's cool. And if I haven't played it, maybe I'll put your name in the comment in the video when I talk about it, if it is that cool. If you hated the video, please subscribe so that you can leave comments telling me how much I suck every time I release a video. That would help me learn a lesson. I think I would grow a lot from that. And if you didn't feel anything at all, if you just feel empty inside, you can just leave a like and end the sentence. Later.